Welcome to Friday Morning Dharma on September 9th. Let's go ahead and settle into a comfortable meditation posture. And using whichever method you find most effective, please allow both your physical body and your mind to start to settle and to rest, to become quiet and still. When you're ready, please gently transition into meditation on the inner body. Become the silent observer of sensations that may start in your hands and your feet in the form of a tingling, perhaps a lightness, perhaps a heaviness, perhaps a pulsation. Please just be the silent observer of these sensations and allow a more tranquil, supple, awakened state of awareness to emerge. There is a subtle part of your inner body that is called the heart chakra. The heart chakra is located at the center of your chest. The heart chakra is the seat for your tsewa, your potential, your innate potential for compassion, loving kindness, tenderheartedness, and warm-heartedness. Not only is tsewa your capacity for these most meaningful states of being, tsewa is the essence of who you are, the fundamental essence of who you are. So very gently, I'd like you to please redirect your awareness and draw your awareness in toward the region of your chest, not necessarily at the center of your chest, not now anyways. For now, just bring your awareness in toward the region of your chest, in toward the seat of your tsewa, and allow your awareness to rest in this region for the remainder of our meditation. Once again, please redirect your awareness. Become aware again of this entity we've agreed to label physical body, and allow your breathing to become less shallow. And taking deeper and deeper breaths, become aware again of the garments of clothing resting on the surface of physical body. Become aware again of, of the surroundings inside the room that you're occupying. Become aware again of the world that exists outside of the room that you're occupying. We dedicate all of the merit from this morning's meditation to world peace. May all beings without exception soon come to enjoy a state of perfect, complete fearlessness. May all beings without exception be completely free from all forms of emotional and physical suffering. May all beings without exception be happy, peaceful, contented, and free. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. Thank you and welcome back. Excuse me for just 1 minute, friends. Curious, my body's been experiencing some allergies this fall, kind of unprecedented. Anyways, welcome back. We are continuing our journey through this book called Training in Tenderness by Dzigar Kongtrul. And we have been spending the last few classes, the last few weeks, going over a chapter called Opening the Injured Heart, which I've been referring to as removing impediments to tsewa. I'm gonna, I cannot sing praises loudly enough for this book, Training in Tenderness. It really is a remarkable book. In 105 pages, small pages too. This is like a small book. I can hold it in my hand easily with my fingers around the edge, as you can see. Normal sized print, right? It's not, yeah, it's a small book, but the text is microscopic in size. No, it's a really brief, beautiful presentation of the entire Buddhist path in 105 pages. The author's just done an amazing job with this text in presenting the teachings of the Buddha. And we could spend a great deal more time talking about opening the injured heart. We've spent a lot of time talking about grudges, also known as intense resentment. We need to move on, though. We could spend We could spend weeks and weeks going on, and I would just appeal to you to go back on your own to the extent that you own a copy of Training in Tenderness. Just continue to study, read over and over um, the material that we've covered on removing grudges, and there's a lot of material and suggested approaches to opening the injured heart that we haven't addressed. So much more material there, which will enable us to remove the impediments to tsewa, open our injured heart, and allow the tsewa to flow more freely within our being. We're going to move on to the next chapter, chapter number 6, called Clinging to the Self, the Root of All Impediments. And those of you who have been coming to these Monday, Friday classes and listening to the recordings for a while now are familiar with a line that I insert into our meditations from time to time. All of the difficulties that you experience without exception arise from this confused notion of self and other. And in this chapter, we're going to go through, we're going to talk about the self and how it is, in fact, the root of all of our impediments. All of our difficulties arise from this confused notion of self and other. And the last part of my little prompt in our meditation is, so let yourself go. This is where we're going with all of this, is letting go of this confused notion of self. I'd like you to please just sit with this notion of the potential for you to be free of all of your problems. It's an amazing prospect. I mean, it's the most amazing, the most hope-inducing prospect, maybe the most meaningful prospect there could possibly be in our life. The fact that we have the opportunity to receive teachings with which we can solve all of our problems. Every single one without exception. What a gift, what an opportunity this is. This is overcome all of our difficulties of, the problematic states of mind, the states of mind that cause us suffering, attachment, aversion, anger, ignorance. Yeah, all of those troubled states of mind, painful states of mind go away, are eliminated when we awaken to the mistaken notion of a self. But the potential benefits don't end there. Our problem of being in samsara, of being on the karmic wheel, will go away too when we awaken to the confused notion of an inherently existing self. When we awaken to the illusion of self, who or what is there to experience anger, attachment, ignorance? Who or what is there to experience rebirth? To experience rebirth, to remain in samsara. The self goes away, then any basis for existing in samsara and taking uncontrolled rebirth over and over, and those are, by the way, synonyms. samsara and cyclic existence, uncontrolled rebirth over and over and over again, if there's no self, then there's no basis for us to experience rebirth. And all that's left is the bliss of nirvana. Totally amazing. Totally amazing. So, I mean, there aren't words to put to how amazing it is and how fortunate we are. So I say this to say to please apply yourself, to please make this a priority in your life, in your spiritual path, your spiritual practice, to really do a deep dive into this view that is being offered about the illusion of a self. What could we possibly apply ourselves to that could possibly be more meaningful and important than familiarizing ourselves, getting to know, like really, really know a path through which we can solve all of our daily problems and all of our existential, not all of our one existential problem of taking uncontrolled rebirth over and over and over. Now, we might be tempted, our inquiring mind might be tempted to say, well, yeah, that's a theory that's put forth by Buddhism. Like this is a view, a theory, a path with practices that are put forth by a Buddhist path. I would imagine that all of the religions say the same thing, or say the same thing. Here is a path with which you can attain complete freedom, complete happiness, complete liberation from all forms of suffering. That may or may not be true. It probably is true, but I can't speak to the other religions because I don't know them. The only path that I'm really familiar with is the Buddhist path and what it offers. By extension, through what the Buddha offered 2,600 years ago, liberation from suffering. I don't know about the other religions, and I don't know what they offer. All I know is that we are here now in this moment. Somehow we have the karma to be here learning about the Buddhist path and learning about the root of all impediments, which is clinging to the self. So I guess we're meant to be here. So I guess we're meant to explore this path and follow it. Valid and meaningful and extremely beneficial though other religions and spiritual paths might be, maybe offering exactly the same thing. I don't know. But what I do know is that we're here now. We have the karma to learn that which will free us from the impediment, the root impediment to experiencing sewa and solving all of our problems, the root impediment. So I spent all of our time singing the praises of this text and asking you to steadfastly and with all of your resources, apply yourself to this view and path and practice that can solve all of your problems, day to day and existential. So on Friday, we'll actually start to get into this chapter on the clinging to the self. And I want you to say that, I want to say that in previous classes over the months and years, I've talked a lot about the emptiness of self. Um, I want you to know that Dzigar Kongtrul takes a completely different approach to identifying the illusion of a self. And that's really good. It's good for us to approach this tough nut from a lot of different angles. And so the material presented in this chapter, completely new to me. I mean, it gets at the same thing, but it's new and fresh. And I think that'll make for a fun exploration. So with that, I hope to see you on Friday. Thank you for being here and have a wonderful week.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Tina. Thank you, Marilee. Thank you, Barb.
See you Friday.
Okay, bye-bye.